The moment Teddy Swims stormed off the Kelly Clarkson show sent shockwaves through the studio and, within minutes, across the internet. What began as a warm, easygoing interview unraveled into one of the most explosive daytime TV clashes in recent memory. Kelly opened the segment with her trademark charm, praising Teddy's soulful voice and his rise as an artist. The audience clapped, expecting the kind of lighthearted banter that usually followed. But when the conversation turned to authenticity in the music industry, the mood shifted. "You talk about keeping it real," Teddy said, his tone sharpening. "But sometimes daytime TV just feels like fake smiles." The studio gasped. Kelly's smile faltered, the warmth in her eyes cooling ever so slightly. She tried to steer things back to his new album, but Teddy wasn't finished. "I'm not here to play the happy-go-lucky game," he pressed, leaning forward. "I came to talk about struggle, grind, pain, the things that make real music. You want everything shiny, Kelly." Kelly bristled. "I'm not asking for shiny, Teddy. I'm asking for respect. For this stage, for the audience, and for the space we're creating here." The energy snapped from playful to combative in an instant. The audience grew restless, unsure whether to clap or sit in tense silence. Teddy locked eyes with her. "Respect goes both ways," he shot back. "Don't invite me here just to put me in a box. I'm not your typical guest, and I won't sit here smiling just because it's expected." Kelly let out a tight laugh. "I didn't invite you here to be typical. I invited you because I respect your talent. But there's a way to be authentic without tearing down the very platform giving you a voice." Teddy shook his head, frustration etched across his face. Suddenly he stood. His chair scraped loudly across the stage. "You don't get it," he muttered into the mic. Kelly reached out, her voice firm. "Teddy, sit down. We can talk this through." But Teddy threw up his hands. "No, I'm done. I don't play fake." And, with that, he stormed off, leaving Kelly frozen in her chair as the audience gasped again. The cameras quickly cut to commercial, but the damage was already done. Within minutes, clips of the walk-off were everywhere. Hashtags like "Daddy Storms Off" and "Kelly vs. Teddy" trended worldwide. Fans clashed online, some praising Teddy for his blunt honesty, others blasting him for disrespecting Kelly on her own show. Memes spread like wildfire, looping Kelly's stunned expression or splicing Teddy's exit into dramatic movie scenes. Backstage reports soon trickled out. Producers had rushed to calm Teddy, but he refused to return. One staffer claimed he snapped, "I'd rather walk away than let her spin me into something I'm not." Kelly, ever the professional, regrouped after the break. She apologized to the audience for the disruption and pressed on with the show. But her tone was tighter than usual, her smile a little more strained. By the next morning, the feud had gone national. Morning shows replayed the footage, analysts dissected the exchange, and headlines screamed about the daytime TV meltdown. Some speculated Teddy had staged the storm-off as a stunt to promote his album. Others argued Kelly had been uncharacteristically sharp, revealing a side fans rarely saw. Teddy fanned the flames with a cryptic Instagram post. "If being real makes me the bad guy, I'll wear it proudly." His comments exploded with both support and backlash. Meanwhile, Kelly used her platform more subtly. On the following episode, she told the audience, "Sometimes conversations get tough, but kindness and honesty can go hand in hand. That's how you grow." The crowd erupted in applause. The battle lines were drawn. TikTok and Instagram swirled with hashtags, "Da Team Teddy" and "Da Team Kelly." Influencers dissected body language and tone. YouTubers posted breakdown videos with titles like, "Did Teddy set this up?" and "Kelly finally snaps?" The feud quickly spilled beyond the two stars, becoming a cultural debate about authenticity versus decorum, raw truth versus polished image. Celebrities began weighing in. John Legend tweeted, "Authenticity is great, but respect matters." Kelly's one of the kindest people in this industry. The post racked up hundreds of thousands of likes. On the other side, Post Malone dropped into Teddy's Instagram comments. "Bro, you said what needed to be said." Suddenly, it wasn't just Teddy versus Kelly. It was artists across the industry drawing lines in the sand. Rumors swirled that Teddy had been quietly blacklisted from daytime shows, producers wary of another on-air blow-up. He hit back on Twitter. "If they don't want me, I'll make my own stage." Fans speculated about a podcast or online series, wondering if he'd use the controversy as fuel to build his brand. Kelly's team, meanwhile, worked overtime to stabilize the show. Within a week, Dolly Parton and Ed Sheeran sat on her couch, both praising Kelly's warmth. It was a clear message. The show wasn't defined by Teddy's walk-off. Still, viewers noticed flashes of steel in Kelly's tone when she talked about challenging conversations. Then came the twist: leaked backstage audio. In the recording, published by a tabloid, Teddy could be heard shouting, "She doesn't care about the struggle, she just wants to package it for ratings." The leak went viral instantly. Some believed the show itself leaked it to discredit him. Others insisted it only proved his point about authenticity. Kelly finally addressed the feud directly in a primetime interview. Calm, composed, but firm, she said, "I don't hate Teddy. I think he's brilliant. But passion doesn't excuse disrespect. My show is a place for honesty, yes, but also kindness. Those two things can and should coexist." Her words won praise across mainstream media. Teddy fired back with music. He teased a new single titled "Storming Out," with lyrics about walking away from fake people and refusing to be silenced. Fans immediately tied it to Kelly, and anticipation skyrocketed. Would it propel him to new heights, or permanently brand him as the guy who stormed off the Kelly Clarkson show? What started as an awkward TV moment had snowballed into one of the year's defining pop culture clashes. Teddy embodied raw, unfiltered authenticity. Kelly stood as the symbol of grace under fire. Both carried the weight of their feud, both reshaped by it. And fans were left wondering, was this the end of their relationship, or just the beginning of an even bigger confrontation?